everyone, welcome back to my channel, Elemental Origins. My name is Starr. First of all, I'm going to enter in the space today with a rosemary and lavender incense stick, well, smudge stick, just to cleanse the space for us all and I think enlighten some peace. I think a lot of you are really seeking peace and stillness at this time, and if you're in the energy that I'm in, I feel like life has gotten very, very busy all of a sudden, and it's taken me by surprise. But today's message is a delayed message for the summer solstice, and at the time I was really feeling called to leave everyone to just be in their own energy and to use their intuition. It was very much a message from Spirit and the galactic teams to allow everyone to be in their own space and to have you use your own intuition. I think it can be very easy for us that, watch readings frequently to use that as the only way that we seek guidance when, these are tools to help us deepen our connection to the divine, deepen our connection with ourselves and with our own soul. So I feel like the solstice was left free for all of you to maybe figure some things under the light of the sun, and then to come back to this reading, with already some things concrete perhaps in your mind, or with more questions perhaps, some of you. But I'm definitely feeling there's a lot of energy of the ascension right now, a lot of light energy at this time, and always in the summer solstice I feel and gain a lot of wisdom, I gain a lot of energy, I gain a lot of information from my galactic teams especially, and it can feel quite off-kiltering. So I brought in some crystal today. So I've got the chakra points crystals again. They haven't been in for a little while. So remembering that the chakra points exist, these are energy vortexes throughout the body, and looking into those might help you connect into your energetic body a little bit more, those of you that might not know what they are. But I've also brought an amethyst as well. I see this as my Sailor Moonstone. I love this stone so much. But amethyst is amazing for connecting to your intuition, but also giving yourself like a reality check. I'm feeling like some of you are having to check your reality at this time because you're just quite amazed at how things are working out for you, and I definitely feel that energy coming through. So congratulations to you that, maybe the universe is starting to speak to you a lot more clearly, and you're really grateful for that. But amethyst is great for bringing in peace as well, and just this energy of being all together. I feel like there's a time of community that's wanting to be taking place collectively in the whole entirety of this world and the extra universes. It's like communities wanting to be made between all of us. But I've also brought in citrine, which is connected to the solar plexus chakra, which is the tummy area, the center point. I see this as a sunshine stone, but also just like get up and go energy. It's very much a I am here, I am present stone, and that's the energy of the solar plexus chakra. So working with your confidence at this time, with all of these new energies coming in, is really going to help you move forward and prosper, everyone. I really feel like it's time to just get going. And for those of you that might be really struggling, and this might be like your first bout of ascension symptoms and powering up, it's like just pull it all in. There was a lot of things that I just made loads and loads of lists of last year, and now I'm returning back to those notes, ready to implement those into space. So however you're feeling, wherever you are in your journey, just know that everything is always working out for your highest good, and you never lose out, I want to say. I feel like there might be some people here that feel like they've lost out on something, or something didn't quite go as they planned, and there's always divine detours, and that's something that I've just had to get used to on this journey, is this idea of that I'm not in control, and it's time to let the universe take the wheel, I think, for some of you. But I was also seeing a lot of divine feminine energy, this goddess energy, and the goddesses that are connected to the summer solstice are Etain in the Irish iconography of it, Rhiannon for the Welsh, and also Epona for the French. So the deity of the idea of the sunshine belly. I like it's like the woman that is the creation of everything. That's how I'm being shown it at this moment. It's like this divine feminine energy that's ready to just be where she's supposed to be. And I definitely feel like it's a time for the divine feminine energy right now. I feel like a lot of divine feminines are just flying at the moment, and this is gender neutral, so you might just be very much in your feminine energy at this time and feeling like you're skyrocketing in all sorts of ways, and enjoy that energy. That's exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you resonate as being a masculine but you're in that energy, enjoy that too. I think there's a lot of confusion about what all of that means, what that's supposed to mean, but just do what feels right to you. Good of all, harm to none. As long as it feels right to you, it is for you. But I was also seeing a lot of lavender, and lavender's good for improving sleep and relaxation, but also hot flashes in the menopause. So I feel like that was important for some of you out there that might be experiencing those things. Use some lavender, use it in your bath, use it as an oil, as a rub, just to help you balance out your hormones at this time and to help you feel relaxed. I was feeling like there was a lot of conflicting energy sitting down to this, and I had some very sassy messages that I'll get into in a minute, and I found that really interesting. But also I was drawn to mugwort, and this is a massive shout out to Lilith Fortunes that introduced me to mugwort, because it's great for your psychic abilities and also improving digestion and fatigue. But I feel like fatigue might be a big one. I've been receiving a lot of ascension energy, and I've been feeling so tired, but at the same time having to be out and be very energetic at the same time. So I'm grabbing all of that energy where I can, and mugwort is great for that. And also hemp. I was seeing hemp seeds too, which is great for the brain and the heart, and also skin conditions. That some of you might be kind of working through these times. Like I went through this where I would break out a lot, and it's just getting rid of all those toxins, the higher levels of ascension and energy that we receive. You know, it dispels a lot of toxins in the body. So adding hemp seeds to your breakfast or to your smoothies might help you balance out any skin conditions that some of you might be experiencing at this time as you raise your vibration. I was also seeing 1818 on the clock before I sat down, angel number 1818. So some of you might be coming up to your 18th birthday. You might have, like the date of your birthday is the 18th of, I'm hearing is might be a significant message for some of you. But I've also brought in blue lotus flower as well. I've got mother rose and some yellow flowers here as well, just to connect in with that divine, divine mother energy. It's like you're ready to be birthing something new, a lot of you. I feel like there is a collective, there's like been a halt in the energy. Everyone's feeling this real rush to come forward, to be out, to be expressing, and then there's just been like this fear that's just appeared out of nowhere. And I think some of you are on the edge of the cliff, just like ready to jump off, to do a bungee, or you know, to skydive. It's like you're ready to take that fall into the abyss and not knowing what's coming, but the fear is set in at this time. So I'm hoping that this reading will add some clarity to your path right now, but also to help illuminate what's great about you. I really want this to be a celebration of you. So this is a summer solstice blessings message, everyone. But the sassy messages that I was hearing before sitting down was like this conversations like being had between people of, you know, maybe finding themselves here and being like, I could do that. And it's like so I was hearing like my guides and some of your other people's guides just being like, well, if you can do it, why aren't you doing it? And I think it's really easy to point fingers at people, and you know, when people are really succeeding or they're really passionate about things, if you're not feeling that passionate in your life, it's really easy to point fingers at others and, you know, to try and tear people down. And when actually all you're giving is fueling their fire more, you know, any negative energy that comes my way comes back positively ×3. So remember that, everyone. I felt really cool to call out some people at this time with that, and also to make you aware that, you know, this is about you achieving what you want to achieve in your lifetime. It's okay pointing fingers at other people, but what do you want to do? Stop watching things, you know, if you don't feel connected to it, if you're just watching just to slander people. It's like, what are you actually doing with your life? What are you actually wanting to move forward in your life? And really think about that, why you are here. And a lot of the times I think people find themselves here wanting to speak negatively, and then they actually find something that is worthwhile for them. And you know, I'm very grateful that I get to be that person for you, but I also hear what's being said behind closed doors, and you know, at this point I just laugh it off, and I'm just grateful for, you know, all the energies that come in, because I just don't receive any negative energy anymore. You know, I've ascended past that point, and you know, karma just is returned to everyone that is here in these spaces, and my guys really wanted to make people aware of that. So that was a sass coming through, and I think some of you might be experiencing that too. You know, it's really difficult when you step into your own personal power, and that might not be the paradigm that people are used to seeing you in, and it's a lot of people that don't have any boundaries, like they don't like it. So just be aware of that, stay in your own power, stay in your own sovereignty, and yeah, the universe loves you, and there's a reason why you have a calling. There's a reason why you're passionate about the things you're passionate about, because you are supposed to be doing them. So nay-nayers and poo-pooers, you know, they have their own path and their own journey, and they're just blocking themselves by, you know, stagnating in their own sadness and grief or negativity around you. So just be aware of that, everyone. It's time to just be in the highest of light for everyone, and you know, my arms are open wide for everyone that is here, that is seeking guidance, that is seeking love. And yeah, I just won't tolerate negativity, to be honest with you, in my spaces. So I just wanted to make everyone aware of that, and that extends to all of my tribe that are here. You know, anyone that is by my side, anyone that is with me, you know, all of my essence and my energy, my guides and my teams are connected to them too, and I couldn't be more grateful. So everyone that is here, you know, that is on my side and that supports me. You are protected too by all of my teams, my galactic teams, and I couldn't be more grateful for you. But I'm going to get into the reading because it's already at 10:01, but I've got some oracles that I've already pre-shuffled, and I have got some tarot by the side, but I'm going to see how that goes. But we've also got the spiral as the first card. I'm not sure how we're going to go for space today, everyone, to be honest with you. There was a lot that wanted to come through. Tobacco and reciprocity with 39. I might have to move some of these. Archangel Metatron and miracles. Ritual and invocation. Fire and passion, and that was in reverse. I'm going to keep it as such. Containment and cauldron. That fire energy is coming back again. That's so interesting. I feel like we might have a mixed bag today. I'm glad I brought the tarot in. Bronwyn and forgiveness. That's such a stunning card, but it was in reverse, and I'm going to keep it as such, everyone. I'm going to move these flowers because I think I need the space. We've got the wolf moon and hunger, and that's so funny. I'm going to share something in a moment that will make that be much more relevant to some of you, I think. And the final card that I've got for you is Stargate of the Heart chakra opening, unlocking, and generosity. Interesting. I'm going to move all of these along just a little bit, and then hopefully I can fit that in just here. Okay, give me a moment, everyone. I think we've got some extended messages coming from my last reading, where there was this fire energy and this containment and this there was like a control aspect that was happening in like a relationship, a dynamic. It was very much, you know, staying somewhere where it doesn't feel comfortable, where it feels like you shouldn't be there anymore. And there's a message coming through with release it with this summer, release it with this summer, release it with the fire, release it with fire ritual, release anything that no longer serves you with fire. And I always do this on full moons. I will write things out that I don't want in my life anymore. And energies, you know, this can be emotions, this can be energies, this can be essences. I write it all out and I burn it in the fire at a full moon, and I release that back to the earth, you know, and allow that to be something that I receive from the universe. You know, you don't ask if you don't get. So getting to a space of ritual, I think, is really going to help you achieve your miracles. I think a lot of you have been asking for a lot of things, and I think during the summer solstice there was a lot of things that came to the forefront of your mind, and you thought, I want this. And some of you, this is a family, this is a baby. It's like, call it in. Get into a space of ritual with yourself, with other people in your tribe. It's like, who are your tribe? Who are those people you can trust? And I think that is something that is being highlighted under the light of the sun this summertime, this summer solstice especially. I feel like everything is crystal clear, and I'm seeing so clearly. I'm seeing who is supposed to be my spaces, who is not, who is in good energy, who is in conflicting energy, what's going on in their life. I feel like I can literally see everything that is happening in everyone's spaces, and it's quite astounding to me. And also it feels quite isolating because I can see where, you know, a lot of my thinking just isn't on the same wavelength as other people right now. And I knew this was going to be the case on my journey, but I think a lot of you are finding that too. And I think you're finding it in spaces where you thought that things felt like home, and it's actually, you're like, this is not my home, this is not my energy, this is not what I'm supposed to be in. And trust in that too. Trust in your knowing. I think there's something in a lot of you that came forward this summer solstice where you thought, actually, that's where my passion lies, or actually that's something that I really want to try this lifetime, or this is something that I really don't want to miss out on. It's like, come forward to those things, come forward in the knowing that you will receive. I think there's a massive fear in the collective right now, is that you won't receive your miracles, that you won't receive this life that you are hungry for. I think some of you are so hungry to move forward, some of you are so hungry to receive prosperity or receive the things that you've been asking for such a long time, and you're having to work through this maze. It's like a spiral that's happening at this time, and you're having to really go down to the depths of you to bring out your fire. And, you know, get creative, everyone. Play, dance, whatever that feels like for you, just to help shift some of your energy. And especially when I was feeling a lot of energy coming in from the universe. I like to dance a lot, especially I work through a lot of anger through dance too, and yeah, I work through a lot of anger through dance, and this is something that I wasn't expecting in my journey. So I dance a lot of my excess energy off, and some of you might need to just be dispersing a lot of energy at this time. It's like return it back to Mother Gaia, stomp it out, start moving your body, and just allow yourself to receive everything that she's trying to bring to you. I think some of you have been asking and sending offerings out to the universe, and allow yourself to be in an energy to receive. Like, you are supposed to be receiving your miracles, and it is happening for you. I think some of you have just been initiated into energy with all of this light energy coming through. It's like you have just started to understand life in an energetic way, and that is not something that we are taught. That is not something that we are shown as the true path. But I think some of you are starting to realize just how powerful energy is, just how powerful the seasons are, and just how powerful you can be once you start to understand these little tricks in life. And I think that's where a lot of you find yourselves right now. You're wanting to light a fire in your own life, and you're ready to make those changes. And I think tapping into divine feminine energy, divine goddess energy, and I'm going to read a little bit of this Bronwyn card for forgiveness, because I think some of you are going to have to forgive yourself and others around you for radical change at this time. Yeah, Bronwyn in the empowerment message. Sometimes life invites us into conditions that challenge us to the core. As the Celtic goddess Bronwyn forgave those who caused her own death by a broken heart, she asked you to set yourself free from the seeds of resentment that will surely choke the life out of your dreams. Yeah, that's exactly what I was feeling. This idea of that you have to forgive everyone in your path because they chose to be there for you. And this is something that I've really had to get my head around, is that those situations, those people that have been really, really challenging to me, it's like we all agree to be partaking on this journey before we arrived here on earth and, incarnated this lifetime. And I know a lot of people come with a lot of different ideologies, but I believe in reincarnation, so I speak about it a lot on my channel. And having to forgive those people and know that they have been a challenge in my life so that I could grow. And I know that I've been that for other people too. And having to forgive us all in that, and just knowing that we are all part of the same team, we are all part of the same tribe. And even if we're in conflict, somewhere we are friends. And I try and extend, my love and my heartfelt compassion to everyone, and to have great forgiveness and to have great gratitude for anything that challenging that showed up in my life. And I think that's where a lot of you might be needing to release the past at this time. It's like with this containment, it's like I feel like you might have been in a pressure cooker of emotions, and you have to just release those. You have to just kind of, for some of you it's like erupt. You have to just say what you think, say what you mean, and just share that out. And obviously doing this in a constructive manner, and shouting at people isn't often the best way, but a moment like shouting on the rooftops, if there's something you are passionate about, start talking about it. This idea of I could do that, it's like, well, why aren't you doing something? Yeah, the Ace of Wands. If you could do something that someone else is doing, ask yourself, why aren't you doing it at this time? Because there's a reason why you're not. And I think that's pushing some of you. It's pushing some of you to break free from your boundaries. Yeah, the Ace of Swords. It's like you are being pushed to get out of your head and start acting on these impulses that you feel. And it's like it's for you. Some of you, there's some things that you've been wanting to take action on, and you've not allowed yourself to because you feel like it's not for you. But actually, it's going to be exactly what you need to do. There's something in each of you that is screaming out to you right now, and this might be something that you are really wanting to hold back from, but it's like you're going to be supported. The divine are here to say that they will support you in everything that you want to do. And I think that's something that gets missed on this journey, is that the powers that be in these universes, they don't want us to stay trapped, they don't want us to stay stuck. They want us to work through all of this pain that we've put ourselves through to make us stronger. It's like I think a lot of you are in the chapter of your life where, sorry, there was a card that fell. The chapter of your life where you're having to make those big changes, and you're ready to. Yeah, these tower moments, that's the card that fell. So the tower card is this idea of foundations crumbling, and I think a lot of you are going through that right now. There's some foundations crumbling, and this is causing you a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, but it's for your highest good. And I have completely been here. My life got completely turned upside down with this journey, and there's been a lot of pain, there's been a lot of confusion, there's been a lot of questions unanswered, and yeah, sometimes it's been really bleak and I've just thought, what is going on? And then I just sit in my wisdom and my knowing and in my heart's knowing that everything is happening for me. And, you know, I think it can be very difficult sometimes when we can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm hearing the light is coming soon. And I think a lot of things have been highlighted under the summer solstice energy, but I think a lot of you might have more questions. It's been making you feel like you're left out in the cold, and that's just not true. That's how you're perceiving things right now. You might be in a lot of pain, but just release all of that energy. To some of you that might find yourself there, release all of that pain, release all of that past trauma, and yeah, come back to your knowing. It's like with these dualistic aspects here, it's like maybe some of you are working with your shadow at this time. Some of you are definitely being called to be working with the moon cycles and aligning yourself with Mother Moon. She has a lot of strong energy, and, you know, I know there's a lot of different conspiracies out there by the moon, but if you think that there's been a lot of you know, civilizations throughout all of our history, throughout all of the universes that have held a lot of resonance with the moon, all of their energies have gone to that. So we're receiving that energy when we tap into the moon. No matter what we believe now, we're tapping into those ancestors, those people that came before us, and their love that they had of the cyclical nature of life, their love that they have for their planets and their solar systems and their indigenous communities. It's like there is such a wealth of knowledge that can be taken from those spaces, and you can bring that to you with this wheel. It's like you can bring all of that energy back to you. Bring your knowing back to you, everyone. Bring your knowing back to you. There's something that you know is meant for you, and I think this is scaring a lot of you. I think something's come up this summer solstice that has scared you. You think that it's not for you, but it's exactly what you should be doing. I'm hearing all of you here. Something was highlighted to you, and you're just going to have to act on it. It's like, stop thinking and stop letting other people get in your ear. This is a message that always comes through with these cards, and the idea of the crow squawking. It's like, are you really here for are people here for your highest good, is what I want to say of the world. It's like these people that tell you not to do things, like, are they thriving in their lives, or are they just wanting to keep you stuck? That is what I'm hearing so loudly, because you're supposed to be moving forward. Everyone that is here in these great times of change, it's like you're supposed to be moving forward and allowing yourself to see the truth that you have a good grasp of life. I think some of you feel like you've lost your path, but you haven't, and you are just coming into this understanding that you know everything, and everything is being highlighted to you. But I think you need to come back to your heart space for you to truly understand what you're wanting. It's like, allow your heart to lead. Allow your heart to lead. Allow your heart to guide you. Allow your heart to be the truth. Is what I want to share, everyone. And Mother Rose really wanted to come through with this oracle deck as well, but she was like, no, I want to be my own answers to people's questions, and release the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding all chains. Yeah, I think some of you are really having to shed the old right now, to shed the old parts of self that no longer serve, and yeah, to come back to your sacred knowing. It's like, stop the endless searching and the inner quest. It's like, you already know. You've already found some of you have already found what you've been looking for, and I don't know what that song is, but I can hear it. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, I think it's you too. I still haven't found what I'm looking for, and it's like, you have. You know your sacred essence within you. Some of you, even though you might just be only just starting to partake on a spiritual path, it's like you know the way and the light. That's why you are here. That's why you are watching this reading. The grandmothers, remember your roots, perspective, and trust the weavings. Yeah, some of you need to look into your ancestry, because that's going to give you a lot of answers. There's something you're not seeing. You're not seeing just how spiritual perhaps your ancestral lineage is. Perhaps that you are just inherently. It's like it's within you already. And team up with this. Come around those people that speak your language, that understand what you're saying. I think some of you might be wanting to take a spiritual path, but you're listening to people that aren't aware of these worlds, or they're not wanting you to partake in this journey. And ask yourself why might people not be wanting you to be partaking in this path, and is that a personal blockage that they don't even need to be involving you in? It's like, come back to your stargate, come back to your star heart, and if people care about you, they'll be open to you exploring all sorts of things that that you love. Like that's what should be happening right now. And I'm very grateful that I have a lot of people around me that do support me and love me and have gone through all of these changes with me and allowed me to just be. And my family have been very supportive. So if you are finding yourself in a space where you don't have support right now, think about why that might be and see that as a blockage, and something that you don't need to concern yourself with. It's like, come back to yourself and remember that you have chosen to be here, you have chosen to be on this path for a reason, and trust your knowing in that, everyone. And know that your heart knows what's best for you, and keep forgiving everyone. I want to share with this Brown Wing card as well. It's like, keep forgiving yourself and others for the past. And the last thing I did want to share with this 29 card is that this idea of wolf spirit has been coming through so strongly for me in the past weekend. I've literally been like speaking wolf. I started just like growling out of nowhere, and I was like, what is happening? Why is this happening? And I realized it was wolf spirit calling me in, and this essence of running in packs and communities and really looking out for one another. I feel like that's what's being called in at this time, is for us to be looking out for one another, to be supportive of one another, and to be really helping each other prosper at this time. So if you know that there's people in your spaces that need some help, reach out to them, call out to them, give them that help and support they need. And if you're someone that is seeking help, if you are seeking guidance, I'm always here for that energy work, personal readings, just for a talk about anything that might be confusing you at this time. That's so what I'm here for. And I have another channel with my galactic family, my galactic team, the Light Renegades, and I will tag that in the description below, and you can come to us and I will answer any of your questions as well. But if you are wanting help, it's like this is being illuminated, especially with this next full moon. I think it's going to be a lot of things that need to be released at this time, everyone. So do that under the light of the full moon. Release it with fire. Release it with the knowing that it no longer serves you, and come back to your own sacred waters. There's a lot of water energy here. So come back to the fact that your ancestors know. It's like your lineage knows, your grandmother knows. Some of you, it's like your grandmother literally told you that you were going to take a spiritual path or be delving into life in a deeper way, and that's come into fruition with the 10 of Cups here. It's like something's come into fruition for a lot of you that you asked for as children. So get back into that playful energy, get back into that childlike essence and knowing, and be hungry for life. I think I want to share. And it can feel terrifying at times. I've definitely gone through a stage right now where I feel quite overwhelmed with what I'm supposed to be doing on my path and on my journey. And yeah, I'm having to remind myself that I chose to be here, that I chose to do this, and this is what I signed up for. So I think some of you might be back in that center too. So come back to this heart stargate, everyone. Working with the heart chakra, the high heart chakra, and also the crown chakra and your Merkaba. Look into working with your Merkaba, everyone that is here, and that might be very foreign to some of you, but that's going to be your crystalline body. That's going to be the body that we're all trying to bring back into unlocking all of those codes in our DNA, those higher spiritual gifts, and the higher essence, and knowing that you are of this universe, you are of stardust, you are of hybrid energy and entities. At this point I am very close to my galactic teams, and I know that we are part of a program where all bloodlines have been emerged, and we have a lot of galactic essence within our souls, within our knowing. And I think some of you are just starting to realize that. And don't be afraid. I want to say, everyone, come back to the heart, and you can never go wrong with this idea of this. It's like a lost land. Some of you remember like a lost city. I think a lot of us from Lemuria have been waking up, and you know the truth. I want to say to everyone that is here, you know the truth, you know what to do. So just keep coming back to self, your center, your guides, your spirit teams. And if you're connecting for the first time, trust that you are connecting, whatever way that is for you. Just prayer, just speaking out to the air. I literally see someone just sat in a room being like, okay, I don't know who's here, but someone please listen to me. It's like someone is listening, your teams are listening, your goddesses, your deities, Christ consciousness, God source creator, like they are listening, and they will help bring you back to your center, to your abundance. And yeah, don't be afraid. Those of you that have been putting for manifestations, especially on the summer solstice, those will be coming in for you very, very soon, I'm hearing. But that's all from me today. A bit scattered today, everyone, and a little bit rushed, but yeah, I feel like there's just a lot of energy coming through. So sink into that too. It's here for you. This energy is coming through for you on your path, on your journey. And stay hungry for illumination. And even though that's scary, it feels feels very scary to be seeing so clearly sometimes when others around you can't. And know that you will find your spaces, you will find your tribe, you will connect with your ancestors. They will come through for you, especially in this journey. I felt quite alone for a really long time, and I felt a lot of my ancestral energy coming through to support me and to help me move forward. So call that in, everyone. Call in your ancestors, call on those past loved ones that you might know they're in the spiritual realms for you. If galactic teams and other deities might be too much for you, call on those that you've already known this lifetime as a starting point for you to be connecting to the divine. And also calling in archangels. Metatron's here as well, who's very much connected to sacred geometry. So the Merkaba as well is actually one of his symbols. So connecting with Archangel Metatron will help some of you. Connecting to the stargate of your heart, the heart chakra, the higher heart chakra, connecting into wolf spirit, and also the essences of Bronwyn, or all of those goddesses and deities of light at this time, is really going to help you move forward in your highest light and in your highest love, everyone. But that's all from me today. If you would like to book for an extended reading, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you would like to work with me on a one-to-one with regards to your energy, I'm a Reiki master. Don't hesitate to reach out with that either. But that's all from me today, everyone. Take care.